Most drivers are out here spending $800, $1,000, even $1,200 on a full set of tires and walking away thinking that's just the price of staying safe on the road. But here's what the tire industry doesn't want you figuring out. Some of the best performing tires on the market right now don't come from Michelin, Bridgestone, or Goodyear. They come from brands most people scroll right past. Brands that supply tires to Porsche straight from the factory. Brands that beat Michelin in independent head-to-head tests. Brands with 60-year track records that somehow never made it onto anyone's radar. Curious about the brands? Well, here is the countdown list. Number 7, Milestar. You're shopping for tires and the bill is already climbing. One tire from a name brand you recognize is pushing $180, and you still need 3 more. Then you spot Milestar $50 to $100 a tire, and your first instinct is to keep scrolling. That instinct is costing you money. Milestar's Patagonia line is where the real case gets made. These are tires built specifically for off-road conditions, mud, wet terrain, unpaved trails, and they deliver the kind of grip and durability that brands charging 3 times the price advertise heavily, but don't always back up. The tread design on the Patagonia MT handles aggressive terrain without the typical trade off of a rough, noisy ride on regular roads. You get genuine capability in both environments without paying a premium for either. For a complete set of 4, you're looking at $200 to $400 total versus $700 or more for a comparable premium option. That gap is real money. Money that stays in your pocket for the same performance on the road and better performance where it actually gets rough. Number 6, Atturo. Most all-terrain tire brands make you choose. You either get solid off-road capability with a rough highway ride, or you get highway comfort with tires that struggle the moment the road disappears. Atturo built their entire lineup to solve that problem and at a price that makes the trade-off conversation irrelevant. Their Trailblade Axe is the standout model. It handles aggressive off-road conditions, loose gravel, wet surfaces, uneven terrain while staying composed and quiet on the highway. The tread compound resists wear in tough weather without sacrificing the smoothness you need for daily driving. It also comes with a 50,000-mile warranty, which is not something most budget brands back their tires with. That warranty alone tells you Atturo is confident in how long these hold up under real-world use. Compare that to a premium all-terrain option from a major brand, and you're looking at roughly half the price for performance that covers the same ground. For truck and SUV drivers who actually use their vehicles the way they were meant to be used, Atturo is one of the most practical decisions you can make at the tire shop. Number 5, General Tires. Here's something most drivers at the tire shop don't realize. That Continental tire on the top shelf and the General tire sitting below it came from the same parent company, built on the same engineering foundation. Continental owns General Tires, which means when you pick General, you're not settling for less, you're skipping the badge markup. The Ultimax 365 AW is the model that makes this case most clearly. It's an all-weather tire rated for year-round use, including heavy snow conditions, which means it carries the 3 Peak Mountain Snowflake certification that a lot of tires in this price range don't bother earning. Wet grip is strong, highway stability is solid, and the tread life holds up in ways you wouldn't expect from a tire at this price point. Put a General Ultimax 365 AW next to its Continental equivalent and the performance gap is narrow. The price gap is not. For drivers who want Continental level engineering without the Continental level bill, the name on the sidewall is the only real difference between the two. Number 4, Kumho. Most budget tires make one thing very clear: the moment you push them, there's a ceiling, and you hit it fast. Kumho is different. Their tires are built with a compound technology called Escot, which is specifically designed to extend tread life and maintain handling consistency as the tire wears. That matters because most cheap tires perform fine when new and fall apart at the halfway mark. Kumho doesn't drop off that way. The Exta Sport PS72 is the clearest proof of what Kumho can do. In a head-to-head comparison against the Goodyear Eagle F1 Asymmetric, a tire that retails at around $920 per unit, the Kumho came in at around $700 and produced results close enough to make the $220 difference very hard to justify. Dry handling, wet grip, braking distances, the gap between them is smaller than the price gap suggests it should be. For everyday drivers who want performance tire characteristics without the performance tire price, Kumho consistently delivers more than the number on the sticker implies. The tires hold up, they handle well, and they don't ask you to pay for a name you'll never need to prove. Number 3, Falcon. What separates Falken from most budget brands is where their tires were tested before they hit the consumer market. Falken's engineering background is in motorsport, and that shows in how their tires actually perform under pressure. The compounds hold up at higher temperatures. The tread patterns are designed for grip in conditions where most budget tires start losing confidence. The Azenis RT660 is built for drivers who want genuine performance handling at a price that doesn't require financing. It delivers precise cornering response, strong dry grip, and braking distances that sit comfortably alongside tires from brands charging significantly more. For all-season use, the ZX ZE950 covers the same ground-reliable wet traction, stable highway performance, and a quieter ride than you typically get from a tire at this price. Consumer Reports placed Falken 12th in their 2026 brand rankings. The brands above them are household names that spend heavily on marketing. Falken spends that money on the tire instead. For drivers who want to know what they're actually buying rather than what they're being sold, that distinction matters. Number 2. Nexen, Porsche, Kia, Volkswagen, and Hyundai all use Nexen as an original equipment supplier. That means engineers at those companies, people whose job is to match the right tire to the right vehicle, ran tests, compared options, and chose Nexen, not as a budget fallback, as the right tire for the car. That own background translates directly into what Nexen delivers for the everyday driver. Wet grip is where they stand out most. The Enfera series in particular produces short stopping distances and confident handling in rain that puts them ahead of several more expensive alternatives in independent tests. Tread life across their lineup runs between 40,000 and 80,000 miles depending on the model, which gives you a range that covers everything from a daily commuter tire to a longer-lasting all-season option. Prices run 20 to 40% below comparable Michelin products. For a driver replacing a full set of 4 tires, that's a difference of $300 or more for a tire that passed Porsche's quality standards. The only reason most drivers haven't considered Nexen is that nobody told them any of this before they walked up to the counter. Number 1. Hankook. Hankook supplies tires to Formula E, the International Electric Racing Series, which means their compounds are engineered to handle the kind of torque and heat loads that regular road tires never get close to. When that same engineering discipline gets applied to a consumer tire, the results show up in independent tests in ways that are genuinely difficult to argue with. In a 2025 Auto Express head-to-head, the Hankook Ventus Evo beat the Michelin Pilot Sport 5 in 5 separate categories: wet handling, dry braking, dry handling, road noise, and refinement. 5. The Michelin placed higher overall, but the margin was narrow enough that the price difference between the two stops making sense. Hankook also backs their tires with a warranty that runs 10,000 miles longer than Michelin's equivalent coverage, which means you get more upfront performance and more long-term protection for less money. That combination, lower price, stronger warranty, and independent test results that sit right alongside the most respected tires on the market, makes Hankook the hardest brand on this list to ignore. Most drivers walk past them at the tire shop because the name isn't as familiar. The tests don't care about that. The performance is the same either way. So the next time you're standing in a tire shop, watching the total climb higher than you expected, remember what you learned here. The brands lining the walls of that shop aren't the only options, and in several cases, they're not even the best ones. So the next time your tires need replacing, take a second look at the brands you'd normally scroll past. You might be surprised at what you've been leaving on the table.